How you put that gray out?
Stop. Get down. Don't mess around like that.
Go ahead, you cut it quickly.
You know what this is? That's it.
I birthday on the same day, of course you know who I am.
Yeah, I know myself.
I want this time.
Yeah, I didn't see it. See that television. You got you lose, huh? You talking to you? I said you would lose something, huh?
Yeah, loser. Hey, Butler called the other phone. What you got for him? Butler, for them.
I don't know that.
Smooth, who is smooth? You got smooth time?
Yeah.
Who is smooth?
When you call me?
He was at your house.
Hey, cool guy, Billy.
Like,
Welcome to the stream.
no, I left.
You talk to
I want to let my dog out, the piss and all that.
you talk to Smooth.
I'm gonna ride down his road now. He called. I don't know. He called me for no call me unless he's ready.
This
I'm gonna ride down
Faye.
and that's what he was talking about.
Get it clean
Hey,
on
they ain't
the
no call and text you back.
Yes, sir.
On that
No.
though? Me either.
That ain't too tight around your neck, is it? All right.
That's my mystery. My baby. Don Hamilton,
Supreme.
police.
Hey, Dark Zombie 95. Welcome to the stream, bud.
Mr. Bunt.
How was your day?
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Oh, what the
I'm streaming.
Oh.
That's okay.
Washington State approved toughened gun laws, imposing a 10-day waiting period and raising the age limit to buy an assault rifle in that state to 21. Idaho, Nebraska, and Utah voted to expand, wait for it, Medicaid, which will give health coverage to 300,000 more
Consider the
people.
hardest nut to crack.
Arkansas and Missouri each voted to increase their state level pay. Perhaps the most dramatic actually more worrying.
That's the trouble right there, boy, I tell you.
Anyway, yes, both offshore oil drilling and vaping on the same amendment. Anyway, the state also put an end to Greyhound racing. All tracks will have to close their doors by 2020. And Michiganders voted yesterday to legalize recreational marijuana, while Utah and Missouri voters approved the use of medical marijuana. So there might have been a blue wave last night, but their favorites to have been a green one, at least in the UP. That's all we have for tonight. We'll be back tomorrow with more TV Daily. You will remember. Starts right now. Breaking news tonight. President Trump firing Attorney General Jeff Sessions late today and installing a Trump lawyer as new boss. We have this story for you from several angles tonight. The two biggest stories here are linked. Donald Trump removing Jeff Sessions and naming an acting Attorney General who talked up eliminating and defunding the Mueller probe, while Democrats are, of course, taking the gavel and subpoena power after this blue wave that was even larger than the 20.
What in the world, that's the man that's been pressing the, what you call it?
Agree with you.
Don't give me the impeachment, man.
As all Trump's fire Sessions, we know that. Because
That's
Sessions
murder.
made it clear
You don't know what he
saying that Trump demands he leave despite what he listed as several accomplishments. Now here's new video we just got in our
This is what he's running, and that is what he's running.
leaving the Department of Justice for the very last time to a round of applause. Here's the context. Jeff Sessions now joins a long list of the top law enforcement officials ousted in just the first 2 years of Trump administration. That includes those top fired FBI officials. Now look at that in contrast to Donald Trump's own top aides. The president has watched guilty pleas and flipping by his longtime lawyer, former campaign chair and deputy chair, and national security advisor, among others. Tonight, I can tell you the facts reveal a president so intent on taking control of the investigation into his own campaign and White House that he is willing to risk all this blowback and all the guilty-looking inferences that come with this kind kind of move right after the election? And that raises the question tonight. It's not a question we like to ask, but it's the question of whether Donald Trump has reason to believe that the Mueller probe was not going to stop at the age who already confessed that you just saw on your screen. That Donald Trump believes, for some reason, there may be evidence out there that would keep this probe barreling towards his family or towards the president himself. The idea that a president wants an attorney general to be his personal protector would make any president sound bad. It was part of what brought down Nixon. But with this president, I want to be clear tonight, that very negative view of Trump comes from Trump himself. He publicly admitted the reason he didn't like Sessions was that Jeff Sessions followed the rules and recused from the Russia probe when Trump wanted him to defend Trump.
I am disappointed in the Attorney General. He should not have recused himself almost immediately after he took office. And if he was going to recuse himself, he should have told the court to take office. And I would have quite simply picked somebody else. Jeff Sessions recused himself, which he should have done. Or he should have told him to have taken the job and for him to immediately have recused himself is a disgrace.
Just listeners to the words, they are newly relevant with this firing tonight. Donald Trump thought that the disgrace was Jeff Sessions following the rules and not interfering in the probe. And there's something else to survey. I'm going to show you the new replacement. Matthew Whitaker was chief of staff at the DOJ. He will now be acting attorney general until a new attorney general is named, and the Senate has to confirm that person. But right now tonight, you're looking at Bob Mueller's new boss, and this is what he said about trying to limit the Mueller probe.
Bob Mueller and his small U.S. Attorney's Office, as I've heard it described today, does go beyond the 2016 election and get into Trump organization finances unrelated to the 2016 election and really unrelated to Russian coordination that even exists. I think that would be crossing a red line.
Crossing a red line. Whitaker describing things that we know Bob Mueller did and that Rosenstein even approved, like looking at Manafort's now admitted crimes that weren't directly related to 2016. You're looking at your new attorney general. And he's also discussed in public, and tonight Democrats are saying this is a reason he should also recuse. He's discussed a blueprint of sorts to further oversee or interfere with yes.
I know.
I can see a scenario where Jeff Sessions is replaced. It was a recess appointment, and that Attorney General doesn't fire Bob Mueller, but he just reduces his budget so low that his investigation grinds to almost a halt.
Grinds to a halt. One of the men on your screen was on your screen a moment ago because John Flannery, a former federal prosecutor who was in some of those discussions that are now at the white hot center of this debate. Gene Rossi, a former colleague of Rod Rosenstein's at the DOJ, who joined us on the beat before, and another Ace reporter who's been all over this story from the start, Betsy Woodruff. Very honored to have each of you here, given the important issue before the nation tonight. Later in the show, we'll also discuss those elections, which have implications on the subpoena power. John, is this firing, in your view, inappropriate? Is there enough evidence to say that it itself becomes part of the obstruction probe?
Absolutely. I have no doubt about it. I mean, we're on notice from everything Trump has said before about what he wanted to do with the Attorney General, and the principal objection he continually makes is that he didn't recuse himself so that he could handle the investigation. He expected his Attorney General to conduct an obstruction of the investigation by getting there and staying in that position. How can we think he's going to do anything else with his chief of staff when normally the assistant attorney general or the deputy attorney general would become the attorney general acting in the interim?
When you spent time with him, and what we just showed a little bit on camera, did you get the view that he would be a nonpartisan steward of the DOJ, or that he had a point of view or a political agenda regarding Mueller and the probe?
He's a very nice guy with a very strong partisan taint, shall we say.
Is he too partisan to be Bob Mueller's boss in your view?
Absolutely, absolutely. And think about it. He's in a position where he starts with a conflict, was chosen after those statements by the Justice Department to be in the position he's in, at a time when we had the president saying that Sessions wasn't doing what he needed to do. There has been a meeting between the president and Whitaker before this appointment was made, after they got rid of Sessions today. So one of the first
Hey,
questions.
sir, how you doing? You got time for one more?
Yes, sir.
Oh, thank you so much.
Put that number in there.
The president is doing it. It's not like he's appointing people who doesn't have an interest. He has an interest. His family has an interest. It's an ongoing
Come back to you, let me bring in Gene, same question.
Thank you. I agree with John to a certain extent. This would be an overt act for.
I'm at the bar shop.
Charged. However, a couple of such cases, I've had acquittals. What you need is a few more overt acts. The Comey firing and other things. I do want to say this, Ari.
Let me pause you on the Comey firing, because we're on the same line. Americans are watching this. We just had an election.
It's 6:07
Attorney General.
p.m. right now for me.
Let's remember the Comey firing, Gene. I'm going to put up on the screen the incriminating language from the time. I appreciate you informing me on 3 separate occasions I am not under investigation. Donald Trump linked the firing of the top guy at the FBI to his own investigation. Now he's fired the top guy at the DOJ, and a lot of people are saying on the Hill tonight it's also because of his own investigation. If that's true, is that wrong?
The best witness for a prosecution in a case against Donald Trump is the words of Donald Trump. And his acts speak for themselves. I gotta say this, I think this is a huge game changer. It's a huge deal for 2 reasons. One, if Whitaker smothers the Mueller investigation, it's gonna cause a second action, a flurry of subpoenas from the House committee to have him explain his actions. And number 2, also to say, what did the President of the United States say to you when he asked you to be acting Attorney General? And that conversation could be a death knell for the President of the United States.
But the problem is, let me go to Betsy and then back to John. Betsy?
One thing is important to remember looking forward on this question. My colleague Aaron Bago and I have been calling sources in the Justice Department for the last several hours from the moment this news broke. And one thing that we've heard from multiple people is that Matt Whitaker and Rod Rosenstein have a very tense relationship. These 2 men do not seem to get along. We're not clear yet when this tension began or what the sort of factors have fed into it. But this is not a happy relationship between these 2 men who are now the top 2 officials at the Justice Department. And I don't anticipate that Whitaker now ascending to the highest level of the DOJ is going to be a force for any particular stability. The other thing that's important to remember here looking forward on the Mueller investigation is that there's been numerous reports that Whitaker would be in line for a Senate-confirmed position if Trump were to move forward with reshuffling all of DOJ leadership. If that's going to happen, then Whitaker, of course, needs to make sure that any decisions he makes in the next few days or weeks as he's acting don't scuttle his chances at getting through Senate confirmation.
There is oversight there.
Exactly. I don't anticipate that Whitaker will take any dramatic steps related to the Mueller investigation until or unless Trump moves forward with reorganizing the top of DOJ and bringing in people who have the power and the clout and the job security that comes with being Senate confirmed.
Right, but this goes to the heart of it, John, which is Trump is away from the
This is
people
the final
that he
cure
thinks
of
protect Mueller,
insomnia.
like Rod
Frick.
Rosenstein, and towards people that he thinks will be tougher. As for that
Right.
tension that Betsy just articulated, take a listen to Whitaker on Rosenstein.
I think what ultimately the president's going to start doing is putting pressure on Rod Rosenstein, who is in charge of this investigation, do something a little more stagecrafty than the one instrument of firing the Attorney General and trying to replace him.
John?
Well, you know, Whitaker seems to me to be the new Ford. Yeah, we have done to this Justice Department what happened when we had Nixon, and we had Mitchell, and we had Kleindienst destroy the reputation for law and justice in the department. This is such an attack on the Justice Department. And what is it like? It's like a criminal running away. He realizes that if he waits too long, the House may have Democrats. So this is going to be a midnight raid, and I wouldn't be surprised if in the next day or so we see the Rosenstein thing. But I think if you look at the original order, they have problems as a matter of law getting around that order. And Mueller is no fool, and you can be sure he's not sitting on his hands right now. He's dealing with what he anticipates will be the misconduct of this organized crime syndicate that passes for this administration.
Tough words. I want the viewers to understand who the new acting Attorney General is. He is someone who, against what most legal experts that I know think, and certainly what most political operatives think, he said publicly, no problem. trying to get foreign help, which of course any lawyer knows is a violation, a likely violation of the Campaign Finance Act. Take a look.
Suggest that there's a conspiracy theory, you would always take that meeting. If you have somebody that you trust that is saying you need to meet with this individual because they have information about your opponent, you would take that meeting. I've run for public office twice, and you certainly want to have any advantage, any legal advantage you can.
You hear that at the end, he did run for office as a Republican in Iowa, which is no problem in and of itself, but Gene, do you agree with his claim that a former prosecutor running for office would definitely take a meeting with foreign officials when you know if they give you anything of value, I mean $1,000, let alone anything else they were offering, that itself is illegal?
He's an idiot. Here's why. I ran for public office. I ran for lieutenant governor of Virginia. I got my tail kicked. And if anybody from Russia offered to give me information to beat my two opponents, I would have said, I'm going to call the FBI. You are a crook. Let me tell you this right now. I am so disappointed in the U.S. Department of Justice right now because the morale is being decimated. I felt sorry for Jeff Sessions just now when he walked out of the building. I worked in that building for 5-6 years on a 4th floor, and when Gonzalez was the Attorney General, I can tell you, we had where I worked for almost 30 years.
And Betsy, I'm about to be joined by a Democratic member of Congress on this. What does your reporting tell you about where this fight goes with the Hill? What are the big questions for these Democrats that are going to have power?
I would say one of the top questions is whether Republicans come together and decide to push back against any efforts on the part of the Justice Department to push out Mueller. And the key question for House Democrats is how prepared is especially Chairman Miller, who heads the Judiciary Committee, or who will head it on January 3rd. How prepared is he now going to issue subpoenas? We know he's going to send lots of interview requests. We know it's likely that he will ask for DOJ and White House officials to voluntarily come in and testify before his committee. But is he willing to sort of bring the muscle to the fight when it comes to actually pushing for these officials to testify? Part of the reason that's important is because under Republican control, White House officials took a very expansive view of executive privilege, especially as it related to the House Intelligence's Russia investigation. They claimed executive privilege for conversations that happened before Trump's inauguration. They claimed executive privilege for conversations the president wasn't involved in, and Chairman Nunes of the Intelligence Committee, who was a Republican, let them get away with it. So the question for Nadler and for other congressional Democrats is, are they going to actually enforce the more traditional and the more narrow understanding
So Nancy
of what
Pelosi is
kind
no
of
longer
privilege
floor.
actually comes
Yeah,
She still is.
I think so, because she's gonna talk to me for a long time.
Joaquin Castro from Texas, he served on the Intelligence Committee. First of all, thanks for joining us on a busy night.
Yeah, no, thanks for asking me.
Second of all, Congressman, before we get to the elections, I know you and your folks have taken some victory laps with a pretty big net gain in the House. When you look at the firing of Jeff Sessions tonight,
Thank you,
do you see
appreciate
it
it.
as
Okay.
already
Come on, you driving money cars, I come and get you.
or is it too early in your view?
Huh?
I said, I drive my car, I
Certainly looks that way.
come and get you a couple bags.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, take it easy, bro.
But it really speaks to the need for the Congress to act in a bipartisan way and actually pass legislation that protects Buffalo and protects his investigation.
But hey, I'm gonna cut in because you and I, we talked about this before, that makes a lot of sense. The Republicans have moved further away from that. Lindsey Graham was talking about it would be bad to fire Sessions, and he was, as you know, was supporting it. So if you don't have that, and there's no signs, sir, or if you have news to bring from it, there's no signs to go in that direction. So what are you gonna do? And Jerry Nadler, who as you mentioned, I spoke to last night, he said, we'll be issuing subpoenas when warranted. Is this an issue that's warranted? You're gonna have to bring this new acting attorney general before the House and figure out, was he after a loyalty oath?
You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, well, I think they.
I have some shell pecans. What are you looking at? Unshell. Unshell, you're talking about cream of that. That was brown thing.
So I would expect that that's gonna happen. And at some point,
No!
we'll get the answer that Jerry needs. And the committee, but that's what
When you look at this in the context of last night, do you think that the president was on his way to doing this regardless? Do you think this relates to his fears about what Mueller may have in store or what you guys may have in store? And how would you ballpark last night's victory? A ripple, a wave, a big wave?
Yeah, I think it was a strong victory for Democrats. We took back the House for the first time since winning it in 2006. Won a lot of legislation.
I don't think y'all back then. No,
Like Texas, one of my friends, get more competitive than they've been in a while. So that was an urgent thing. With respect to what happened with the Judiciary Committee with this new acting Attorney General, I think that most of all we got to make sure that we protect that investigation. And Mitt Romney and Lamar Alexander, I believe, have made promising comments today.
No, bang, bang.
Saying something and actually acting on it, but hopefully they'll actually put that in the legislation with the new blood that's coming into both the Senate and the House.
Congressman Castro, Gene Rossi, Betsy Whitman, and John Flanagan.
My face is itchy.
Coming up, is this Donald Trump's version of the Nixon-style Saturday Night Massacre but done more slowly? Historian Michael Benfoss is here to walk us through all of this. Plus, Mueller responds to this news. We have a very special guest.